Okay, everyone, so where's the new button? Okay. This is Easter Sunday, and I just watched the leaked episode of the Fabulous Bitch Ball, which is the next episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, which you will be watching on Monday. I've already seen it. Probably a lot of you have too. Probably a lot of you went on Tumblr and saw it, and you've already watched it, so you already know what's going on. I'm not going to have any backgrounds from the actual episode, just a bunch of dogs, because I love dogs. And this was actually a fun episode. I like this episode. Not so much for the drama that went down. It's kind of all foreseen. I already knew what was coming. I want to show everyone, I don't know if you can actually see this or not. This is my Easter egg, my Sharon Needles Easter egg. I thought I was going to be unique. I was going to show this off for this episode. And went on Tumblr, and people have already done Sharon Needles Easter eggs. So mine was not original. Actually, the other people did a much better job than I did, so. But I'm wearing a Give a Dog a Bone t-shirt for the dog theme. Don't know what is up with this hair that I'm wearing. I just kind of like it. Just felt like doing something a little bit different. Kind of feel like Jiggly Caliente or a lesbian with this hat. This week I'm going lesbian. Alright, going to do a quick drag review. Probably going to be posting this right after the East Coast episode airs, so if you are in the Mountain or the Central or West Coast, you might not want to watch anymore. You might want to pause this, save for later, come back, watch this later, because there's going to be spoilers. Alright, so at the beginning of the episode, everyone is noticing and noting, saying to Chad Michaels, hey, you're the only one who has not had to lip sync for your life yet. That was foreshadowing, people, because Chad Michaels ended up in the bottom two and had to lip sync for her life against a familiar bottom two candidate. I think we all knew that Latrice Royale, her time was up. Well, everyone except for the girls that were in the room, in the workroom. Because a little bit later on in the episode, they're all postulating who will be in the top three. And they ask Sharon, and Sharon is like, I think it will be Latrice Royale, Chad Michaels, and PhiPhi O'Hara. Sharon Needles really thinks that she's not going to be in the top three. Ironically, Sharon Needles wins this challenge. How many times has Sharon Needles won this season? This is I think this is her fourth win. She was also on the winning team when Chad Michaels and Madame LaQueer won the duo win. So that's technically 5 wins for her. 4 outright wins. 5 high wins. So the next closest person I think would be Chad Michaels and PhiPhi O'Hara are both tied at 2. So obviously, it's the best top 3 that they've ever had, I think, for any season, because these girls have won quite a bit. But it's a dog challenge. After they have to do the mini challenge, and all the mini challenges are stupid. Every week they're stupid as hell. This week it was basically the library challenge, mini challenge all over again. Except that they were doing it with puppets this time. And they randomly picked somebody else that they actually had to, read. Sharon got Chad, and she likes Chad, so it wasn't funny. Latrice got Sharon. Latrice is obviously at the end of her game. It wasn't funny at all. It wasn't anything to talk about. Chad got PhiPhi. Now, Chad won this mini challenge mainly because she talked about PhiPhi's snaggletooth, which a lot of people have been talking about on Tumblr and Twitter, and whoa, cat. What are you doing? Which I thought was, that's a little bit shady to talk about that, but hey, it got her the win. It got her the win. So, Chad just used a little bit of strategy when the pit crew brought the dogs in that they would have to work with. There was only one dog that was not pretty, and that was the bloodhound, Hunter. And Chad gave it to PhiPhi as part of strategy to try to get PhiPhi out of the game. Well, PhiPhi was pissed. Just totally pissed. And this whole episode, PhiPhi was a bitch. Bitch ball. It worked. But, for the past couple weeks, PhiPhi is like, oh, I'm not really a bitch. Why do people think I'm a bitch? I'm not really a bitch. Yes, you're a bitch. Just own it. You're a bitch. And she really showed it in this episode. I mean, she was pissed about the freaking dog. She was pissed about... They had to do this Broadway-style number, which was also really stupid. I don't know why RuPaul comes up with these stupid ideas, but that was the dumbest idea ever. Sorry, I'm cranky. It's like 3. Yeah, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I just want to go to bed, but I want to finish this video. But yeah, I did not... maybe that's the reason why I'm like... over this, but RuPaul, that was stupid. Doing a Broadway number to open the Fabulous Bitch Ball. Chad Michaels is trying to do the choreography and show them their places and blah blah blah. Well, PhiPhi is just snapping and telling her, you're the leader, just give us our places and let's go. Let's get this over with. And then she was arguing with Chad, saying she didn't like the way Chad was doing things, that she thought they ought to do this, that she's trying to take over the leadership role. Which is probably one of the main reasons why Chad probably ended up at the bottom two, is because not only was she imperfect in her runway look for a very, very rare moment in Chad Michaels' career, but she just was not a good leader this week. I'm not going to go over the runway looks because there were 3 runway looks they had to do. The Daytime Dog Park, Pooch in a Purse, and Doggy Couture, Canine Couture. Sharon, everyone loved. Everyone loved Sharon's look. All the judges did. Because she made her own boots. And again, PhiPhi was like, we put all our looks together and she's just sitting there, hot gluing some fur on a boot. She's in trouble. She's probably going home. Every time PhiPhi says that, then Sharon wins. And Sharon won. Naturally. PhiPhi is not a Nostradamus at all. Chad has to lip sync against Latrice Royale, and Latrice Royale has not done a country song, she says, so you knew she was already in trouble at the very beginning. Probably what really killed her with the judges, though, was when they asked which bitch needs to go home, who should not be in top 3. They asked Sharon first, and she says PhiPhi, because PhiPhi is a bitch, and that you really need a sweetheart to win. And this is where PhiPhi goes, oh, you're lying, you're standing right here on the runway and you're lying. They played this up with the commercials. And it really was nothing. I don't know what she was coming up with that she was lying. Because PhiPhi is cutthroat. That's basically what Sharon was saying, was that PhiPhi was cutthroat, and PhiPhi is cutthroat, and she should just own that, because she is. PhiPhi obviously says that Sharon should go home. Chad says that PhiPhi should go home because PhiPhi is immature. Then Latrice says she thinks that Sharon should go home because Sharon all season long has been imperfect. And that if Latrice came out there with an unfinished hemline, then, she would be clocked for it. And the judges noted that that's like the pot calling the kettle black, because she was standing there saying that, and her own hemline was unfinished, while she was standing there on the runway saying that Sharon has unfinished hemlines. That, to me, that's just a hypocrite, and I think it was time for Latrice to go home. Latrice has been stumbling for the past couple weeks. She really needs to go home, and she did. So, I liked it. It was a good episode. I love dogs. I hate cats. I really should have gotten a dog. Shut up. No. I really want a dog.